Dave DePietro with Synergist Saddles. We're going to show you how to use an equimeasure kit to make a mold of your horse's back. When you're finished, you'll have a mold that you can use to go saddle shopping with, to assess saddle fit on your current saddle, or to have a custom saddle built. They're pretty easy to use, but there are a few things you need to keep in mind while you're going through this process. We're going to step you right through from beginning to end. Before you get started, you're going to need a few things: a marker, some tape, a level, and possibly something to cut with. The heating tray is covered with heavy-duty foil and has a piece of parchment paper on one side. The equimeasure sheet goes on the side with the parchment paper. Place the rack in the center of the oven. Test fit the heating tray and the equimeasure sheet in the oven to make sure it will fit without touching the oven walls or rack. The sheet can be ruined if it sticks. Most ovens are wide enough for the equimeasure sheet, but may not be deep enough. If you have a shallow oven, you can use a utility knife or heavy-duty scissors and cut up to 1.5 inches off the right and left side. Repeat on the other side. Place the heating tray with the parchment paper side up under the equimeasure sheet and simply bend the tray up. Now check your work and make sure the heating tray and the equimeasure sheet will fit without touching any metal. Now remove the tray and sheet and preheat the oven to 190 degrees Fahrenheit or 88 degrees Celsius. Never exceed 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius. Find a level place for the horse to stand and brush loose hair and dirt from the back. In extremely hot climates, try to do the mold in the cool of the morning or the late evening to speed the time it takes for the sheet to set up. Now you need to locate the back edge of the shoulder blade. You can press with your fingers and work your way back until you feel the shoulder blade end and drop off to the rib cage, and then mark it with the tape. Place the heating tray, parchment paper side up, with the equimeasure sheet on it into the preheated oven on the middle rack. Accuracy of temperature settings vary from oven to oven. Some might run a little hot, some cool, so heating times will vary from approximately 7 to 10 minutes. Set the timer for 5 minutes. If your hands are sensitive to heat, now is a good time to get some oven mitts ready. After 5 minutes, remove the tray and rotate 180 degrees and place back in the oven. This will help the sheet heat more uniformly. Set the timer for 2 minutes. Do not leave the equimeasure in the oven unattended. At the end of 2 minutes, start checking the sheet. To test the sheet, lift one corner. The middle is usually the slowest to warm. The entire sheet must be pliable to form an accurate mold. If it is not pliable in the middle yet, leave it in and start checking it every minute thereafter. If the corner lifts to the middle easily, take the sheet out and grab 2 corners and raise them up to make sure it's pliable all the way to the middle. When the center of the sheet flexes easily, it is ready to mold. Take the sheet on the tray directly to the horse when you remove it from the oven. Do not use on a wild or untrained horse. Have one person hold the horse and feed him treats if needed, and the other do the mold. Make sure the horse is standing squarely with weight on all 4 feet with his head approximately in riding position. If your horse isn't standing squarely, or if he cocks a leg, an inaccurate mold will be taken. Using 2 hands, lift the sheet off the tray and place it on the horse's back. Make sure the sheet doesn't touch itself or it could stick together. If the sheet doesn't contour perfectly to the horse's back in 2 to 3 seconds, take it back to the oven. It's not hot enough. Align the sheet at the back edge of the shoulder blade that is marked by the tape. Use the center line as a general guideline for centering the sheet. The sheet will take approximately 5 to 10 minutes to harden depending on the outdoor temperature. Continue to smooth the equimeasure until it becomes hard set and rigid. Keep the horse quiet and standing squarely with weight on all 4 feet. Make sure the front edge of the form is aligned with your reference tape. When the sheet has hardened, remove and hold lightly on your hip. Check the mold back on the horse at 5-minute intervals until you are sure the mold is completely set up and is holding the correct shape. When the mold is totally rigid, take a level and mark a horizontal line on one side of the mold. If the horse's shoulder and hip make it difficult to draw the line, you can make a small mark in the front and back and fill in the line afterwards. Place the mold on end someplace it won't get disturbed, and then check it back on the horse the next day to be completely sure it is ready to use.
Go get your horses. Go get your horses. Go get your